Hey, how's it going? Josh here from Books by Josh. This is episode 82 of the Books by Josh audio immersion. This episode is titled Why Apple is King in the Education Space. Let's dive in. What is Apple? The biggest tech company in the world. iPhone, iPad, iPod, Mac, MacBook, iMac, Apple TV. You should know it by now. But no, education market. What's that? Well, school, college here in the US. If you go to college, half the students that have an Apple device. It can be an iPhone, it could be an iPad, it could be a Mac. And Apple is pretty smart when it comes to marketing and amazing at business. Why is that? Well, if you're going to type a paper for a school, college, we're going to focus on college here. What do you need? Word processing. What's word processing? A lot of you are thinking. Well, word processing is an app that allows you to type up documents. Sure, you have Notepad on your computer or the word processor app to test at it, whatever, but guess what? You can't open certain things like doc files, DLCS. It used to be DLC in the past, but that's the Microsoft Office type of file, which most schools use. So, hey, you want to buy Office. You want to get Word, Excel, PowerPoint because you need to type up documents, you need to make tables sometimes, and you need to do presentations. Well, that's cool. You can dig through Microsoft site and you can purchase a one-time purchase for about $150 for a home and student. Well, guess what? Everything's subscription and you got to pay monthly, $5, $10, depending on what apps you get. But then here comes Apple. Hey, you buy your laptop, it's included Pages, Keynote, Sheets. They're different names. They work essentially the same. You could still buy the Microsoft one down the road if you really need it, but these will get the job done. Hey, you have iPad? You can download them for free. Phone? You need to view them? You get them on there for free too. Instead of selling you the product, which is the word processing, the sheets for the Excel or the Keynote or PowerPoint, they say we're going to give it to you for free as an added benefit for getting our product. Might not sound like much, but parents see this and they say, hey, that's smart. Why am I going to pay monthly for this or pay $150 if I find it or $100 for the year for Office when I can just give my child a computer that has it built in? Then they have the iCloud. 75 gigs, I know, but guess what? It's free storage. So it's backed up to the cloud in case they ever lose the computer. They can still get it on their phone. And other than that, there's a couple other things that they do in the laptop space. You say, hey, I want a thinner light. Okay, you can get LG Gram, you can get a Chromebook. There's so many different options, but guess what? You get a Mac, but here, you get 12, 15 hours of battery life on these new ones. 12 to 15 hours. You never have to charge it in school. And that's how powerful it is. Whereas you get a Windows computer, maybe 6, 8 hours. Battery life varies. And guess what? On Windows, if you're trying to do something intense on the computer, unless it's plugged in, you're not getting the full power of the computer. CPU, GPU, the throttled back because it doesn't have enough power. With Macs, you don't have that. So you have already the productivity software built in at no cost. You have the long battery life, full power at all times. And the next one, ecosystem. You get a Mac. Like I said earlier, iCloud. 5 gigs is enough. You can always pay for it, but the whole thing is you have it. You pick up an iPad, you can access that cloud. But Josh, you get OneDrive. Okay, you get OneDrive. You have a Microsoft phone? Oh, they don't make Microsoft phones anymore. You have to download OneDrive. iCloud and files come stock on iPads and iPhones nowadays. So you have that. And then, guess what? Like I said, those same apps are available on that same device. Sure, you can get Office on there, but what about other apps? How does it sync and play? You're in class, guess what? Can't pull out your phone, but you have your iPad. You're working on the iPad because guess what? The iPad does the same thing as most computers now. And you get a text. Hey, guess what? While you're typing your notes, your teacher doesn't know you're responding to a text because your texts come to your other devices, your tablet or computer. Same thing for video calls, things like that. It's the ecosystem, which is why a lot of people get Apple. You have a pair of headphones, the AirPods. You have them on, listen to music on your device. Hey, you switch to another device. Guess what? It takes over the AirPods because you're using the new device. Things like that. As a college student, you're typing notes. I have an app, Notability. Sure, I can use Apple Notes, but I have this app called Notability. Pay for it once. I have it on all my devices, syncs up in the cloud. And I can move my work between each device. Just right now in front of me, I have my phone to the left. I have my laptop here. I have a Mac Mini away from me. And I have an iPad right to my right. And you say, why do you need it? It's a long story. But the whole thing is, I can use my mouse and keyboard from my laptop for said Mac Mini, for the iPad. Not the iPhone, but that's the whole thing. It's endless, the possibilities. Hey, guess what? Webcam. Laptop has it. But I can use my phone as a webcam for those video calls, those interviews. I want them to see how nice my double Windsor is on my tie. And I can do that. Another big reason is sales. What do I mean by sales? Well, Apple's known for the educational store. What is the educational store? When you buy a laptop during like back to school time, they give you free AirPods, and on top of that, they give you $100 off. So this Mac Mini starts off at like normal $599. Well, you can get for $100 off. It's a powerful desktop for $500. You have to provide a screen and monitor, but you get what I'm saying? Laptops I know are more expensive with the Macs, starting off at $800-900. You can shop refurbished, but still, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, but can't game." Well, you're in college. I'm not talking about gaming, but if you watch WWDC, as it's known Dub, they talked about bringing more games with the new API, stuff like that. But thing is, the entry price isn't that high. Okay, the Macs are expensive. Get me wrong. I'm eyeing a 16-inch and it's like $3,000 for the one I want starting. But with the iPads and the iPad OS, you can honestly do a lot on there, and that entry point is $350 for the normal iPad. You can get a mini, fit in your pocket, hook up a Bluetooth controller. Bluetooth keyboard in it, and type your notes. You can even edit videos on there. What do you mean by edit? Hey, you might be in film school. You can do a lot of things on these devices. If you go on YouTube and look up Penny the Business, he's a music producer and he works on an iPad exclusively because they're powerful now. Apple released Final Cut Pro on an iPad because it's that powerful now. You can use it as a computer. Sure, once you deck out the iPad Pros, they cost more than the MacBook Air. My iPad Pro was like $1,400 because I have cellular things like that in the keyboard, as an i350, the pencil. But the whole thing is you don't have to. You mix and match it to make it work for your lifestyle. And kids in school, guess what? They are going to use these devices for years, and that brings me to my next point: longevity. Okay, Windows computers are great. I have a gaming computer. It's great for what it does. The problem is they don't last that long compared to Apple products. What do I mean? Hey, let's look at a laptop. Sure, you can have a laptop, be working great, everything like that. You're doing Windows updates. Guess what? 3 years, it's not running as fast as it was. I've known this from experience. I used to repair computers way back when. I've upgraded my computer hundreds of times. Help our family members with their computer. It doesn't run the same. Apple, you buy it, you forget about it. If you have a problem, you take it to Apple Store. You know, you go over there. Hey, you got a Windows computer? You gotta jump through hoops, go Geek Squad. And it's not the same experience. And that's the whole thing. The experience behind that. But back to longevity before we get to experience. You buy laptop, like I said, software updates are great for 5, 6 years. 2018 MacBook Pro in front of me, still getting software updates with the new one later this year. That's 5 years right there. Then the phones. Apple has one of the longest track records for updating phones. They just killed off the iPhone 8 and 10, which came out, 2017? 6 years ago? And that's another thing. iPads. You buy an iPad. You don't have to upgrade unless you want to. iPad Pro 2018, still getting updates to this day. Same thing with the 2017 iPad Pro. So 6 years right there. Sure, it's not going to work with Final Cut, things like that, because it's not as powerful. But for the most part, it still do the jobs. And from longevity, because Android, unless you're Samsung or Google, updates can be a bit spotty. But let's go into experience and support. You have a problem with your device. You go to Apple Store. They assist you. You need to pick up something, Apple Store. You need to speak with someone, Apple Store. You go to certain Best Buys that have Samsung experience. Right, you buy a Razer laptop. Something goes wrong. What do? Call Razer. First, you see if you can RMA it where you bought it from. Call Razer. Go through that whole deal with customer service and everything, and then send it out. Be a couple days without the computer. Then wait for a return. My sister had a Lenovo laptop that had issues, and that was a process. LG, same thing. Where can you go other than Geek Squad for most things? But if it's something more, you gotta send it in. You got the 1 year manufacturer warranty, and then what? Apple, hey, you could buy Apple Care if you want to send the warranty. You could buy the Best Buy protection plan, and then Best Buy cover it. But in Apple, outside warranty, you go there, you pay for repair. Not the best thing after a year, but guess what? They'll help you in and out, sometimes 2 or 3 days, but you can pick it up. I had AirPods, one went wrong, the left one went bad, and they didn't have it in. They told me come back tomorrow and we'll have the part. Called me that day, I went in and picked it up. Exactly. That's the whole thing. It's 1, 2, 3. Go in, see someone, leave. You don't have that with other companies. Apple has great customer experience through the chat, through calling, or in the store. And with the other things I mentioned, ecosystem, the battery life of the computers, the software, the ease of use. Okay? Just iMessage alone. In America, we don't use WhatsApp compared to other countries like Europe is big on WhatsApp or Viber. We use Facebook Messenger, SMS, or iMessage. When you don't see that blue icon on someone, you think less of them, honestly, if you're a college kid. Because you could play games on iMessage. You can share play things with FaceTime or in the message. You know how many times I send a song through Apple Music to one of my friends? It's 1, 2, 3. You got the memoji, things like that. It's just everything's in one place. I can send money through iMessage without leaving my messages app. And I don't have to download any third-party software. Same thing, video call. Any Apple device, instantly call me. My calls come to any of my Apple products. If I don't have my phone on me, my watch, whatever, it comes to my iPad, my Macs. And that's the thing. You get that FaceTime audio, FaceTime video. You have iMessage at no cost, just requires a data connection. Yes, you can do it on Android. Hey, now Windows, you can set up your phone to work there similar. You have to jump through hoops to do it. You have to go in the settings. It's not 1, 2, 3 sign in, single login. for your apps, your app store. Everything you purchase is on there. It's simple. You can't customize it like Android, but guess what? It's because they want to simplify the experience for anyone who picks up the phone. It's just 1, 2, 3. You pick it up, you use the iPhone, the iPod, Touch in the day, back in the day, or iPad. It's the same experience for everyone. And that's why they're killing in the education space. Kids can connect with their peers with iMessage, FaceTime. They can watch things together with SharePlay. They can also send documents to their other devices with the cloud. Hey, times are hard, prices are high. They can get the Apple Refurbished, Certified Refurbished store. They have the Apple Education discounts. They can get a lower tier device. Instead of getting a Mac, they can get an iPad. You can get an iPad mini, iPad Air, the regular iPad Pro. They have options. All the iPads run the same software. All the Macs run the same software. All the iPhones run the same software. One software experience per device. Whereas your Windows laptop from this manufacturer and that manufacturer different. So you have that. You have the great battery life. You have the free productivity tools that they need for school. You have the other free Apple services and software such as GarageBand, iMovie that they can use. The free iCloud that is cross-device. You also have the support, the ecosystem. And that's why Apple's killing it in the education space. They are king. And if we were to learn one thing from Apple, is building an ecosystem and also having great support. Because once your customers love one product, they're going to try another product. So here's my plug. If you love this podcast book by Josh Audio Immersion, check out Tech with Josh. TEK space with Josh. The CH was taken, so I took a K. But you see, if they love one product, they'll try out others. And customer service. I say this every single time. The customer service experience will either make you or break you. And that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, thank you. If not, maybe the next one will be your cup of tea. Thank you for making it to the end, and check out my other show, Tech with Josh. See you guys in the next one.